Today in the studio we have the terabyte hard disk internal to external converter. So talking about the box, the features here are it supports both 2.5 inch and 3.5 inch HDD. It is USB 2.0 interface and it has a super speed up to 480 Mbps, which we'll check it later. SATA internal interface equipped with LED lights to indicate different work status, and it works on Windows 7, 8, 10, Linux and Mac OS. Mac OS, I don't think that it would work because Mac OS doesn't have a USB port, so you need a converter definitely to put this. If you are owning a Mac, you obviously wouldn't go for an internal hard disk. So here the MRP is 1499, but I got this for 949 on Amazon. So moving further, let's open it. Here is the main package, that is from Terabyte. And moving further, we have 12 volts AC to DC supply, obviously made in China and no brand. Okay, and we have an SATA USB interface. So keeping the box aside, we'll see how to connect it. This here with me is an internal hard drive that is of 320 GB and it's from Hitachi. So you can obviously get something like an internal SSD or a 2.5 HDD. So a 2.5 HDD around of 1 terabyte would cost you around 4500, and an SSD of 1 terabyte of 2.5 inch, that is SATA, would cost you around 9000 or 10,000. It would be between that. So you will always get a 2.5 inch converter that is worth rupees 500. But moving further, this is the actual box, and let's peel this off. And here are the three indicators. These two look similar, but this one is the power indicator obviously, and nothing else in the box. An on-off switch and DC supply and a USB 2.0 port. So I think the interface would be similar and it would be very easy. So you just need to see the two ports. There are the two ports, and this is the port that gives you power and this is the SATA port. So you need to put this accordingly, and so it would align in this way, and you have to push it just this much, and this goes right into here, like sliding your phone battery or your TV remote battery. It is that easy, and it is done. It is definitely heavy, a bit heavy, but okay for a budget bit. And why would you go for an HDD, internal HDD? So you need not go for an internal HDD. I have bought this because I had an internal HDD and I had much difficulty in finding how to convert it into external, otherwise that would be wasted. So this is what I found on Amazon. So moving forward and connecting it, we need to plug the one end of the USB 2.0 and SATA interface here, and the DC supply source. This is obviously a cheap supply source, but you can always go, there are costly alternatives, but for a hard disk of internal hard disk you don't need to go for such costly alternatives. So this is connected, this power supply to the DC source and this USB SATA interface, and let's power it. Okay, so this is connected, and let's connect it to the power source, and the other to the 2.0 USB port. So it is connected, and there's a switch here to power it on. So you just power it on, and there are three LEDs that start glowing, and in a moment I think you will receive something. And here system resolve key. So opening this is empty, obviously, because I had formatted the hard drive. So you can see, if when I plug this in, there are 4 folders, and this would be equivalent to around 289 GBs or 298 GBs. I will check it here. Yeah, it is 298.09 GB in total. So you can see there is a disk 0 and disk 1. So this disk 1 is 320 GB HDD, and that disk 0 is the internal SSD that I have 500 GB SSD, 520 GB SSD. So moving on, there is another alternative that you can go for, but then also you have to make a purchase. If I switch this off, this if I switch this switch off, so this would disappear, and when I switch it on, this should reappear. It's taking a bit of time, and it has reappeared. So all the 4 device drives, software G, F and I and E. So moving on, let's remove it and I'll tell you the other alternative. Talking about hard drives, this is the second option that you would go for if not the terabyte drive. So this is a solution that you would surely be having if you have a internal hard drive. This is the power supply of my old system. So there are a lot of cables, and you obviously need power to operate this hard drive. So there are 2 ports of this kind. So these are to power the hard drive, and I used one for the CD drive and one for the hard drive. Most of the older PCs use the same configuration. You can use 2 for the hard drives only if you don't have a CD drive. So if I plug it in, this L shape is aligned to this L shape. So this goes here, and there is the SATA cable. So this is the SATA cable. So one end would be plugged into the hard drive, and the other end would be obviously plugged into the system that you are using it in. So even if you connect it here, I don't have the SATA to USB connector. You need to buy it, and most of the cases the SATA to USB connector is costly. It's around 1200 to 1400 rupees, and this whole system becomes too bulky. And to power this power supply, you need a 3-pin power cable that comes with the supply, and it would be connected to your PC. So this connection as well as this connection, so it becomes too bulky. For the whole thing to be carried. But the only benefit is you can plug in 2 hard drives consequently, and if you have a better power supply, it may have 3 to 4 hard drives capacity. So this is for today, and I would always recommend this terabyte or any of this sort hard drive, but this is the best reviewed hard drive on Amazon. So you can always go and check it. I'll link the product down in the description box, and this is portable and easy to use, so that's why I chose this. Thank you for watching my video. If you really liked it, please like and subscribe, and do share.